Now, before starting the next sum, that is question number 5, I just want to explain a little bit theoretical concept because this concept is going to come in our question number 5. The concept is that is contra entry. Fine. Now, what do you mean by contra entry? That is contra transaction. See, contra transaction means financial transactions in which cash and bank, both the account gets affected. For example, cash withdrawn from the bank or cash deposited in the bank. See, in this particular, now where you need to use this when you're preparing, that is 2 columnar with the cash and bank column, and 3 columnar when again cash and bank columns are there. Fine. So in this both 2 columnar and 3 columnar, 2 columnar only in cash and bank whenever you are preparing, and in 3 columnar also because cash and bank account is there. So this contra and transactions are coming in that. Okay. So what you have to do and how you can understand, see, whenever these transactions are there, cash withdrawn from bank or cash deposited in bank. Okay, so here both the side, debit side and credit side, which transactions are affected, that is cash and bank are affected. Fine. See, this type of transaction is recorded on both the side of cash book. Okay, as you have cash and bank column both in cash book. Fine. So both the side, debit side, till now you have learned that either only debit side the transaction is coming or either only credit side the transaction is coming. But whenever these two transactions are there, that is cash withdrawn from bank or cash deposited in bank, so here both the side, debit side also there will be one effect and credit side also there will be one effect in cash book. We have seen that such cash and bank columnar cash book serves the purpose of cash account and bank account both. I have taught you this, that cash book is one type of cash account. Now when there is bank column also, so it is also bank account. Thus when such cash book is maintained, cash and bank account are not required to open separately. Contra transaction affect only cash and bank account and are not hence the posting is not required as you are writing the contra transaction. So in this case you are not supposed to do any ledger posting. Fine. But contra will be written in the ledger folio number. Contra means only C you will write down in LF column. Generally, the contra transactions are of two types, cash deposited in bank and cash withdrawn from the bank. Now, for easy understanding and there should not be any confusion while giving the transactions, okay, the entry, what you will do for this two transaction, you will always write down the journal entry and then you will do the posting in your cash book. See how cash deposited in bank. So, what is the entry? Bank account debited to cash account. Fine, this you have learned in journal entry. And same way, cash withdrawn from bank. So what will be the entry? So cash account debited to bank account. Okay, you will give this and then you will do the sum. That we will see how the effect is coming. But remember that whenever contra entry transactions are there, you will first write down the journal entry in rough and then you will do the posting in cash book. Okay, so there should not be any problem while doing the contra entry transactions. Now we will start the sum, that is question number 5. See, this contra entry transaction theory portion is on page number 164. Now see question number 5 on page number 185. From the following transaction, prepare cash and bank columnar cash book of Riddhi 2015 May. So this way we have prepared cash book of Riddhi for May 2015. Fine. Date, particular receipt, receipt number, LF, cash amount, bank amount. Okay, because here this is 2 columnar with cash and bank. Same way, date, particulars, payment, voucher number, LF, cash and bank. See, if you do not, if you're having confusion exactly how you can do, so just do the half of the page, fine, like this, and you can get the exact center point, and this half will be credit side and this half will be debit side. So here debit side and this side is credit side. Now we will start our first transaction. See, opening cash balance, opening bank balance. See, both the accounts are having opening balance, cash also and bank also. For May 1st, cash amount is 4,000 and bank amount is 6,000. So here you will write down, that is first two balance brought forward. Okay, in cash you will write down, that is 4,000, and in bank you will write down, that is 6,000. Fine. Then see the transaction second for the date second, goods of rupees 5,000 sold to Monica at 10% trade discount. Sorry, Monica issued check for the unnecessary amount which is immediately deposited in the bank. See, this is sales transaction. So whenever you are doing sales, you are receiving the money. Okay, so where you will post the entry on receipt side. So here see receipt side, the transaction will come. That is the date is second to sales account. Fine. Now what they have given, 5,000, and then there is trade discount 10%. So see here, 5,000 minus 10%, you are getting 4,500. Now out of 4,500, Monica issued check, full 4,500 Monica is issuing a check which is immediately deposited in the bank. So we will write down the amount 4,500, that is in the bank column. Fine. And in cash column there will be nothing to be recorded, because immediately the amount is paid by check and the check is going into bank. Then next transaction for the date 4th, 2,000 paid towards salary and 100 paid towards brokerage by cash. So see, this both the things you are paying by cash. So as you are paying, you will go to payment side. So here we will write down the date is 4th. Fine. What is their salary? So here we will write down that is by salary account, as you have paid by cash. Okay, so 2,000 in cash column. Then next again for 4 there is brokerage. So by brokerage account, that is 100 rupees. Again this is also paid by cash. Fine. Then see the next transaction for the date 6, 3,000 withdrawn from bank for personal use. See, personal use means drawings. Okay, as you are taking, okay, and drawing in journal entry, drawing was coming on debit side. So in ledger posting, this is one type of ledger posting only. Okay, so here you will put on, that is credit side. Fine. So here by drawings account, okay, see, now here you will write down by drawings account, and from where you are withdrawing this money. So from bank you are withdrawing this money, bank is giving you. So where it will come, it will come on payment side. Like that also you can remember. So as bank is giving you, that is it will come on payment side. The date is, that is 6th. So by drawings account, the amount is 3,000. You will write down in the column bank. Okay, because bank is giving you, and because of that only, as bank is giving you, it is coming on payment side. Or you can remember that drawing was coming on debit side, or as drawings are coming on debit side. So here in the ledger posting, this is one type of ledger posting which we are doing in cash book. So it will come on credit side. Then see the next transaction for the date 10th. Goods of rupees 6,000 sold to Hiren. Hiren paid 4,000 by cash and remaining amount is paid by check which is deposited in the bank. As sales is there, so you will receive the money. So it will come on receipt side. So on receipt side you will write down the date, that is 10 to sales account. Fine. Now total amount of goods is 6,000. 4,000 is paid by cash, so 2,000 will be paid by check. They have told now remaining amount you will paid by check. So in cash column you will write down 4,000. So here in cash column we will write down 4,000, and in bank column we will write down the remaining amount, that is 2,000. Then see the next transaction, transaction number 12. Goods of rupees 5,000 purchased and the amount is paid by check. See, you are purchasing, so you have to pay, do the payment. So you will go to payment side. The date is 12 by purchase account, and this amount they have told you, you are paying by check. So 5,000 you will put in the bank column. Fine. Then see the next transaction for 17th date. Shop rent of 2,000 paid by check. See, again you are paying. So as you are paying, you will go to payment side by shop rent account, that is 17, and you have paid it by check. So 2,000 you will put in the bank column. So here 2,000 in the bank column. Fine. Then see, goods of rupees 4,500 purchased in cash at 10% trade discount. See, purchase. So again you will go to payment side because you are purchasing. So you are paying the amount and 10% trade discount is there, and you are paying in cash. So here 21 by purchase account. Fine. Now 4500 is your amount, 4500 and 10% trade discount. Trade discount you will put minus sign and then 10%. So 4050 is the amount. So here you will write down and you're paying in cash. So 4050. Fine. Next, see. Karishma has paid 2550 by cash towards her debt. See, Karishma has paid. You have not paid. Okay, Karishma is paying. So you are receiving the money. So this entry will come on receipt side. Directly paid. Don't see paid word and don't go to payment side. Okay, here Karishma is paying. So you are receiving. So this will be coming on receipt side. So here the date is 24 to Karishma account and paid by cash. So in cash column you will write down 2550. Then see, Atma Kalyani has been paid 1200 towards full settlement of an old account. See, Atma Kalyani has been paid. It means you are paying. Fine. Been word is there. Has been paid. It means you are paying to Atma Kalyani. So this will come to payment side. And nothing is mentioned how it is being paid. So it is paid in cash. So here you will go to payment side by Atma Kalyani account. The date is 26. Nothing is mentioned. So you will write down in the cash column, that is 1200. Now see the next entry, that is for the date 29th. What they have given? Janvi issued a check of rupees 3000 which is immediately deposited in the bank. See, Janvi is issuing, okay, and this cash book is for Riddhi. So Janvi is issuing a check which we will receive. Fine. Issue means to give. What do you mean by issue? Issue means to give. So Janvi is giving a check. You are not giving. So you are receiving this check from Janvi which is immediately deposited in the bank. So the entry will come on receipt side. That is the date is 29. Here you will write down to Janvi account and as check is issued. So you will write down the amount in the bank column, that is 3000. Clear? Then see, 1000 cash deposited in bank. See, before starting the sum, I have explained you the concept of contra entry. As this is your contra entry transaction, what I have taught you, first you will give the journal entry. So cash deposited in bank. Bank is an artificial person. The bank is receiving the amount. So here the entry will be, that is bank account debited to cash account. Is this clear? Fine. Now this you have to post. See, to cash. And your only bank is there where nothing is there, invisible buy is there. Okay, this buy is invisible, we are not writing in journal entry, but when you do the posting you have to write down. So see, buy bank. So buy bank will come this side. So here we will write down buy bank account. Fine. The date is 30. See, as you are writing your bank, the amount will go to cash column. So here cash column you will give the amount. Now what you will do, buy bank you have given. So now to cash, as to cash is there. So to cash will come this side. So to cash account. Again the date is 30. And here as you have written cash, so amount will go to bank column, that is 1000. So please remember that when you are writing your cash, amount will go to bank column. When you are writing your bank, amount will come to cash column. And when you do the entry from this journal entry, it will be easier for you. No chances for mistake will come. Okay, so always pass the contra entry with the help of journal entry. Here nothing is written, it means buy is there, invisible. Okay, and here to cash. So buy bank comes this side and the amount goes to cash column. To cash comes this side and the amount goes to bank column. And the rule, what is the another rule? Whenever you are passing the contra entry, you have to write down in LF column, you have to write down C. Okay, so here also in LF column we will write down C, both the side. See why you are writing this C, because for this all transactions you have to give the ledger posting, but as this is your ledger posting itself, so whenever you are writing C in LF column, it means you are not supposed to give the ledger posting for this to things, okay, for these two items, that is to cash and by bank, because itself it is been adjusted. Clear? So for this C, why do we write C in LF column in case of contra entry? Because there is no need to do the ledger posting for this type of transaction again. Clear? So here the sum gets over. Now what you will do? Now you will do the total. So see, the total first will do for cash account. Okay, so cash is 4,000, 4,000 and 2550. So 4,000 plus 4,000 plus 2,550. So you are getting 10,550. Now see, as you are having cash, you know how to close. Okay, you will be having closing cash balance. So same way you will also have the closing bank balance also. Okay, so first we'll do only for cash. Here you have done the total for cash. So this side also go and write down the same amount here, that is 10,550. Now one by one deduct this amount from 10,550. Okay, see, this is there on your calculator. So minus 2,000 minus 100 minus 4050 minus 1200 and minus 1000. So what do you get? You get 2200. Okay, so here you will write down the date is 30 itself, and here by balance carry forward. Clear? And here the amount is coming, that is 2200. Now same way you will do for bank. See, only in discount column you have to write down whatever you are getting here, say, and you will write down here, and whatever you are getting here you will write down here. So in discount column both the amounts will be different, whereas in cash and bank column you have to bring the closing balance. Fine. So now for bank you will do the total of debit side. So it is 6,000 plus 4,500 plus 2,000 plus 3,000 plus 1,000. So you are getting 16,500. So here we will write down 16,500. Same way you will write down here also 16,500. Now deduct one by one. So minus 3,000 minus 5,000 minus 2,000. So what you are getting? You are getting 6,500. So here 6,500. Again, this is your closing balance. Okay, now this closing will become the opening of the next month. So here that is 1, as it is May. Okay, so here it will be June. So 1/6. What will be the amount? So here 2 balance brought forward, that is 2,200 and 6,500. Fine. So this is the solution for your question number 5.